welcome to Something Witchy, a Sabrina the Teenage Witch rewatch podcast. And you are?
Did you not say your name?
Let me try that again.
No, that's the final edit. That was Laura Cotter, and I am Skye Orchard.
Sorry, I got distracted because I am researching if you can ferment catnip to make alcohol. And the answer is yes. Someone's made a catnip beer. You can treat it like a mint. So I would assume whatever kind of alcohols you can make with a mint, you can also do with a catnip. It looks like there's a few ales, beers out there that have been made with catnip. So
The more you know.
The more you know. Wow. Great start. A+ for me.
Pirates. Arg.
We should have saved the pirate name question. I should have thought ahead.
You should have.
Oh, man. We should have timed it better. We should always time our medical maladies around
This podcast.
the episodes that they belong with. I do have some very late breaking news for you.
Oh, the polar bears gave us a listen.
No, even better. Curtis and Nate gave us a listen.
Oh.
And have been looking in on our socials and are like, you guys are doing a great job.
Wow.
So I am changing. I'm going to be like officially endorsed by Curtis Anderson and Nate Richard, aka Harvey and Gordy.
Amazing.
I'm putting that in every description out there. Also, other news, Curtis Anderson owns a board game store.
Oh.
Yeah. Board Bard Games.
Love it.
Next time you're in Oregon, Portland, Oregon, stop by his store. We're fancy. Look at us.
We're very fancy.
Suck it, other Sabrina podcast. I bet you never got this.
Well, let's be nice.
So this episode did not lend itself to a good question of the week because I don't think either of us have ever had fake IDs.
Correct.
I have been to an 18 and over club. Have you, Skye?
I think so, but it was when I was over 18.
Well, yeah.
Sorry, over 21.
Oh, okay.
And then it was like, oh, there's like youth. It's like, go upstairs or go downstairs.
Over 18 clubs are interesting because you definitely get the kids who are too young to actually party. And then you get the old creepy dudes who are there to pick up the young girls who are too young to party, which has been my experience with an over 18 club. My advice, don't go to them. Go to the 21 and over clubs.
When you are of age and not with a fake ID.
I feel like it's harder to fake an ID now than it was in the 90s.
It's true. I mean,
It's real
Sabrina
hard.
and Valerie literally have business cards in their hands as those
There was
props.
nothing on the back of those things. Yeah.
Terrible.
That's rough. So then my lame question was, what color would your magic be?
Green or black?
Mine's going to be like pink, obviously. It's the worst question. No discussion. I don't know what else to do. I don't want to get into how mad are you about the board yet, because I feel like that's a mid-podcast discussion.
I pulled out the rum.
Which is what led us to the can you brew catnip question in the first place.
We just started off the episode with no context whatsoever.
We were having a conversation. I was like, wait, this would actually be good for the podcast. Let's start recording now. And that's why I got thrown off my game. You threw me off my groove.
Sorry.
One fact. Not going to say fun fact because I don't know if it's fun. It's just a fact. This is one of 3 episodes that was rated TV PG in syndication.
Because there was stabbing and...
I think it's because it was encouraging illegal activity.
Oh yeah, that's illegal to get in with a fake ID.
So yeah, there's that. And then my question was, Skye, do we get some sword facts in this episode?
Not during the episode itself, but
Okay.
I was gonna just toss in a sword fact at the beginning, not to like interrupt the flow, because cutlasses don't lend to very nitty gritty, especially since I feel like we've mentioned the cutlass before, probably. But, you know, one fun fact about it is it was, you know, obviously a weapon used a lot in naval settings, but it was also half the time used as a tool. Cutlass and machete at that time were basically interchangeable.
Okay.
And actually, the French word for cutlass is synonymous with machete. Which was useful because, especially for Caribbean islands and whatnot, dense brush you have to cut through, sugarcane, rigging, ropes. So yeah, grab your machete and call it a cutlass, folks.
I learned something from the sword facts. Thanks, Skye.
You mean you don't always learn something from the sword facts?
I do. That one I feel like I'll remember.
Oh, okay. I see how it is.
I'm getting old. The memory... I was telling a story to a friend the other day, and I was telling a story about my sister, and I refer to my sister by my own name. So
You both start with L's.
remember the episode a few episodes ago where it was like the dementia's already setting? The dementia's really setting in. It is here.
Rest in peace. So maybe I won't get you a Christmas machete for many reasons now.
Yeah, probably not a bad idea. Also, Christmas machete, I'm like, it's got to be like red and green, or have some tinsel on it, maybe a reindeer painted. You're going to call it a Christmas machete, it better be Christmas themed.
Or it's just, a machete you receive at Christmas for your car, because you never know. I have a car axe.
Oh.
Because you never know when you might need an axe.
I have sneakers in my car for when I'm wearing not appropriate walking shoes and my car breaks down.
Okay.
That's how prepared I am.
Will that help you survive?
I'll be able to walk further.
I'll be able to axe, spear, and shovel things with my utility all-in-one.
The chances of me actually successfully doing any of those things, I'm probably better off using it to just kill myself so I don't suffer for a week.
Oh, gosh.
Anyway.
Sword facts.
Sword facts. Laura will kill herself. Sword facts. This episode is Season 3, Episode 15, Sabrina and the Pirates. TV guide description. Sabrina's aunts send in their magic for its annual overhaul, but when it is sent back, it ends up in the hands of 3 pirate prisoners they forgot to release years before, and Sabrina, also without magic, due to a mishap, must save them.
Also, it's not an annual overhaul. It's a every 25-year overhaul TV guide.
Okay, I was reading that. I was like, wait, did I mishear that in the episode? The episode said 25 years, right?
It did.
Also, I love how Sabrina's fake ID whole plot line is just it's just a mishap.
It's just a little thing.
It's just a small note. Streaming. Purchasing a fake ID in the other realm causes Sabrina's magic to become fake as well. It aired February 5th, 1999. TV Guide and streaming and IMDb all agree on this date. However, we have some more date wonkiness coming up because I was checking the next couple. And we have February, March, and then streaming is May for this episode. And then it goes back to March for the next episode.
We'll see if it's all streaming or just your streaming.
Gary Halverson is our director. Miriam Trogdon is our writer. She also wrote Season 2, Episode 1. Guest stars. First off is NSYNC. We got not one, but 2 boy bands this series. If you didn't know, NSYNC is an American vocal group and pop boy band formed by Chris Kirkpatrick, originally in Florida in 1995, and they launched in Germany. Originally, the members were Chris, JC, Joey Fatone, Justin Timberlake, and Jason Galasso, but he left and was replaced by Lance Bass. The band completed 5 nationwide concert tours and has sold over 70 million records, becoming one of the best-selling boy bands of all time. NSYNC. And they have some of the best social media. 3 of the members. JC's not active on social media, and I wish he was. But JC and Joey were just recently at the Broadway version of Titanic, which is my favorite Broadway show. Mark Blankfield is Blackbeard from Robin Hood Men in Tights, Dracula Dead and Loving It, and then also Jekyll and Hyde Together Again. And I have a note here that says, please look at the poster.
What? Dude's on all the drugs.
It's a 1982 sex comedy.
Well, Together Again with Yourself. I could have foreseen that prior to... Oh,
what?
The French one.
There's a French one?
It's even worse. Let me send it to you. That is a very phallic needle.
Wow. I also put that he's in one episode of Alf because I don't think we've talked about Alf on this podcast yet. Do you know what Alf is, Skye?
I do. I have not watched it. Doesn't he try and eat cats?
Yes, that is Alf's whole thing. Yes, he tries to eat cats.
I object.
I don't know if I ever saw the series finale, but I feel like the series finale is a really dark episode too for what the show is, if I'm remembering.
We can't count your memory anymore.
No, absolutely
as established, so who knows?
Weird puppet alien. Robert Bauer is Hook. We didn't get names of any one of these, right?
No, just in the transcript. Plus, Hook didn't have a hook. Blackbeard had stubble, but they all had stubble.
These pirates do come back in a later episode, so maybe we get their names then. So Robert Bauer was in Father of the Bride, Twin Peaks. This is Spinal Tap, and he was an executive producer on Waitress. Brian Seaman is Nemo from Murphy Brown. Police Academy 6, City Under Siege. And then Silk Stockings, which is spelled Stalkings. It says, homicide detectives investigate crimes of passion among the affluent and glamorous in Palm Beach, Florida. Sounds so right up my alley.
I like that his last name is Seaman and he's playing a pirate.
Isaac C. Singleton Jr. is our bouncer. from Planet of the Apes, Anger Management, Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, which is pirate related for our pirate episode.
Sure is.
And then just so much voice acting for video games. Brian Donovan as the older kid from Beverly Hills 90210. Basically everything Naruto and most things Digimon, but not like the original Digimon, later Digimon. Billy Reek is our seedy guy from NYPD Blue, Angel, Nash Bridges, and CSI Miami. And lastly, we have Rick Coy as the, quote, clean-cut person, again, from Dracula Dead and Loving It, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, Charmed, and Diagnosis Murder. What are your overall thoughts on this one, Skye?
Well,
that was a pause.
Dramatic pause. I think I would have enjoyed the pirate shenanigans a little bit more if it didn't start off with a stupid board that then I was doing over in my brain space the entire time. I mean, it was fun. It was hijinksy.
Yeah.
I like that storyline more than the fake ID storyline. And then I guess they're throwing Harvey a bone, but that didn't need to be. He could have been down with a cold from his little brother and just been out of the episode.
I'm kind of coming around to it. I kind of love that they're just digging deeper and deeper into it, which makes it more fun. Like the fact that his parents don't have the time or capabilities to research any of their own stuff, and yet somehow they're going to take care of a new life is just amusing to me.
I question the fact that they would have Harvey, of all people, do their taxes, but...
How much do you think they owe the IRS because Harvey did their taxes?
Too much. Maybe the pest control is just money laundering.
Oh, it's gotta be. I'm sure. I really like this episode. It's one of the more memorable ones for me. Doing it during the podcast, I was more invested in the board showing up for you and how upset I knew it would make you. It did make me a little bit more upset because I was like, yeah, now that I think about it, it is kind of stupid that they waited so long. I'll talk about that more when we get there. But yeah, I enjoy it. It's a good episode. Okay, let's get into it. Our cold open. Hilda comes down in some very cozy looking pajamas, just as a letter pops up in the toaster. And I can't tell what her slippers are. They look very big. They look like they might just be boots, but I feel like they should be something.
They're like flat gray squares in a way. Picture like a stuffy version of the Harry Potter Monster Book of Monsters, but skinnier on your feet. I don't know, flattened squirrel slippers. That seems very Hilda.
They were huge, whatever they were.
Yeah.
I also couldn't tell. I think her pajamas had black cats on them. Was not quite in focus. So I can't really tell, but I'm going with black cats. Hilda and Zelda have to send in their magic for their 25-year overhaul. Zelda asks when they have to send it in, since she has a long magic to-do list. How long does it take you to cast spells?
I guess Zelda seems like the type of person who would like allot her larger magic, because as we've learned, you can run out of your magic quota.
All right. Just then, containers appear on the kitchen table. They have to send it in now. Zelda chases Hilda around the kitchen while berating her about missing previous warnings. Hilda zaps her magic into the container so she's unarmed and Zelda won't hurt her. Zelda also zaps her magic into a container. The containers disappear and Sabrina comes down. Zelda explains they're without magic for the next couple of days. Sabrina realizes she is now the most powerful woman in the house and zaps herself ice cream for breakfast. And Salem says, "Long live the teen." And I love that the Sabrina wiki was like, FYI, that's a pun on the phrase "long live the queen," in case you didn't get it.
Whoa. Thank you, Sabrina wiki. I did not get that. Where would I be?
Also, we don't have a queen anymore. It's now long live the king. So...
Ooh.
Our outfit intro is a bowling outfit. And she says, tonight's show will bowl you over. Hilda and Zelda are looking in the basement for the family secret board. Hilda screams when she moves a blanket to find Salem hiding. He's looking for new things to play with.
All my toys have developed an unfortunate patina of spit.
Gross. When I first got Mabel and she has a stuffed catnip fish, that's her favorite toy. It's like her security blanket toy. When she was brand new with me, she would chew on it so much that I would get like wet. It was so gross. Zelda asks if Salem's seen the board. She explains it's a family heirloom that displays the clues so Sabrina can solve the family secret. And this is where I said they've had literal months to get this thing out. They choose to haul it out the day they don't have their magic to help them get it up the stairs. Why did we not give Sabrina this day one? Because now that you've seen the board, Skye, could you have solved the family secret without the help of the board?
No, I could not. Laura, I'm very mad that we're adding and subtracting letters.
There are letters involved that you would not get the clue to without the board. Okay. Hilda opens the door and finds it, and 3 pirates. Zelda reprimands her for not freeing them 100 years ago, and Hilda says sorry, and there's a very distinct Canadian accent on that sorry.
Hilda says, I blame the McKinley administration. McKinley was president from 1897 to 1901 and had such wonderful imperialist events such as the Spanish-American War, where we took over Cuba for a while. We annexed the Republic of Hawaii, as well as purchased the Philippines, Guam, and Puerto Rico.
Well, this time around we might get Greenland, so.
True. Just adding on to that dream there, I guess.
And then we will get polar bear listeners. The Witches' Council takes the treatment of prisoners very seriously, as well as their timely release. Do they?
Don't think they do.
The pirates ask for water and oxygen. Hilda and Zelda help them out and also notice they need a bath. Meanwhile, Salem is giddily playing with a tassel on the family secret board.
Little Easter egg can see the suit of armor that Hilda was told to dispose of, and we spoke about is that all the way back in season 1, that long armor tangent? Nice little armor Easter egg.
Valerie runs up to Sabrina and Harvey to tell them about a new club opening and that they definitely need to go. Harvey can't because he needs to research car seats for his mom. He leaves and Valerie continues trying to convince Sabrina. It's an over 18 club. Sabrina doesn't seem interested though. Salem continues to play with the tassel on the board and then breaks the family secret board.
Needless to say, SpaghettiOs.
I need to bring that slogan back.
I love saying it. Do you not say it all the time?
I don't.
My niece would say SpaghettiOs.
Yeah, bring it back. Bring it back, SpaghettiOs. And while we're at it, Reese's, bring back you got peanut butter in my chocolate. You got chocolate in my peanut butter.
We have demands, folks.
We have all of the demands. Hilda serves a platter of meat to the ravenous pirates, while Zelda reads a letter from the Witches' Council informing them that since the release is long overdue, the ants are in charge of rehabilitating the pirates before the council will restore the pirates' magic. I recognize that's a terrible sentence. This is what happens when I watch and type at the same time.
Excuses.
At least I'm not publishing this on the TV Guide website.
True.
Hilda is optimistic that they can use food to train the pirates. She dangles a piece of meat over their heads and commands one to sit. He does, but then they all pull swords on her. Zelda once again yells at Hilda that this is all her fault. At lunch, Harvey is working on choosing a diaper service.
He says, I can't pick a diaper service. It's too hard. To which Sabrina says, you said the same thing when your parents asked you to do their taxes.
And this is before the days of like TurboTax and the other ones. That are the reason, by the way, that taxes are so horrific in our country because they lobby Congress to keep it horrific. So we have to use their stupid products so we don't send the government more than we owe them.
I used Free Tax USA this year.
My dad does my taxes for me, so I can't complain. I don't actually shell it out.
Wow, here we are doing this tirade. Joke's on all of us. Laura's cheating.
I trust my father more than Harvey with my taxes. I owed money to the federal government this year, and I'm very angry about it. I don't know why still. Valerie runs in to announce the new club has an awesome band, and they have to go. Sabrina still isn't interested until Valerie says it's NSYNC. Both girls run out of the cafeteria, leaving Harvey to continue perusing diaper companies. And Google is trying to tell me that perusing is not a word and that I should be using pursuing. No, Harvey's not pursuing diaper companies. Perusing is a word.
He will be pursuing their business once he has finished perusing their catalogs.
Once he riffles through the catalogs.
Yep. As he looks through said catalogs, he says, tidy diaper, Dr. Duty? Why couldn't my parents just get a dog?
Salem looks up the definition of heirloom in the dictionary and realizes he needs to fix the board. Salem doesn't know what the word heirloom means.
Catnip's gone to his brain. That catnip beer. If anyone has a secret distillery of catnip alcohols at Salem, in one of the many rooms that are forgotten in this house.
He has a secret grow room hidden in the basement. Oh, I guess today is 420, so appropriate.
Oh, it is. Wow.
What happened if you tried to smoke catnip? I assume nothing.
I think it'd just be an unpleasant time.
What if you, wafted catnip incense in front of your cats?
It is 9:20 at night, so I'm not gonna know. Remind me in a year from now.
Okay. Zelda and Hilda have the pirates try to walk through the living room like gentlemen. They start off okay, but quickly devolve into looting everything. This is still an improvement over last time, though.
Hilda says, yes, much better than last time when you got liquored up and set the couch on fire.
Their living room furniture has been through so much.
Imagine if it was one of the talking couches that they lit on fire. That'd get dark.
That would have actually been hilarious. Sabrina quickly runs in, changes her coat, grabs an apple, and starts to leave again to wait in line at the club, but she stops. She asks why there are pirates in the living room, and the pirates laugh. Sabrina and Valerie are standing in line and rehearsing what they're going to say to sneak in. They get to the front of the line and immediately cave, admitting they're not over 18. Salem pulls one piece of the family secret board onto Sabrina's bed. Why haul it from the basement up to the second floor? Why not reassemble it in the basement, where Hilda and Zelda left it, and we'll look for it? I'm looking at you for answers, Skye. I want answers.
That would be too quick of a plot line for Salem, because he has to be upstairs for it to keep breaking repeatedly. Writing plot point there.
Salem sobs as he considers running away from home, and I said that would probably be forbidden by the Witches' Council. A boy approaches Valerie and Sabrina with an address for a place where they can get fake IDs quickly. They start to rip up the paper, but then the bouncer announces NSYNC will be on soon. The scene flips, and Sabrina and Valerie are in a seedy area to get their IDs.
Valerie says, this doesn't seem like a very good neighborhood, to which Sabrina replies, oh yeah, the place where I commit my other crimes is usually much more upscale.
To be fair, there's a lot of white-collar crimes that go on in upscale neighborhoods, so there's still a lot of crime, just different types. A sketchy guy opens the door and demands $20 each for their IDs. He rifles. I got both in today.
Look at you.
He rifles through some options and hands them each one. They can't really see the pictures in the dim light, though.
Urban decay doesn't make for the best light, notes Sabrina.
A siren wails and they run away. Salem pulls another piece of the board onto the bed and pants.
Do you know what'd make this go faster? Hands. And a work ethic.
At least he's self-aware.
That's true. First step.
Hilda and Zelda are training the pirates on how to behave at a dinner party. The pirates pull out chairs for the women to sit on, but then they all sit on Zelda. She calls for help, but Hilda doesn't notice anything amiss. Sabrina and Valerie run back to the club and present their IDs to the bouncer. He immediately turns them away. They look at their IDs closer in better lighting and notice that Sabrina's is a picture of a cross-eyed redhead and Valerie's is of a middle-aged black man. Zelda, Hilda, and pirates are at the front door where Hilda is pretending to be a salesman. Zelda goes over the rules of how to answer the door. Hilda knocks and a pirate opens it, then stabs her with a sword. Zelda tells them no. Sabrina comes in, grumpy. Hilda points to the sword in her stomach and Sabrina begrudgingly zaps it out.
Hilda says, if I start leaking bile, mister, someone's getting a timeout. So, Laura.
Yes, Skye.
When you get stabbed with a sword through almost all your intestines based on placement.
And I think that would sever her spinal cord too with the way it came out.
You should at least bleed. Bare minimum, a little blood when you get stabbed. Or when you get ran through. All I expect is a little blood.
Yeah.
There is no blood. There is no viscera whatsoever, except maybe you might have some bile leakage post-sword removal. Now, my questions are, obviously, these are supposedly real swords, unless they're like magical blunt swords, but then why have a sword if you can't stab people effectively? 2, it's not like she has her magic right now to protect her, so you would think they're more vulnerable physically and magically at this time, but apparently that's not the case. Why isn't Hilda dead?
Okay, point 1. We have actually established this in universe before. Remember, Cousin Mortimer cut Hilda in half and her legs just ran off.
I would assume there was like some sort of protection spell at that point, though.
Mortimer, you think Mortimer put a protection spell down?
I think Hilda put one on herself before doing anything.
If anybody, Zelda has the foresight to do that. No one else in that family does. And I don't think Zelda would actually do that. I think she'd be like, if they want to play with sharp objects, they're going to suffer the consequences. So number 1, I don't think sharp objects actually kill anybody, because this is also why the executioner has the cat axe instead of a real axe. They don't kill people. They just turn them into cats. No one's ever sentenced to death. Well, by cutting. Now, if Jarrell blows his secretary up into smithereens, that's a different death scenario. So I think the stabbing doesn't actually affect witches.
I don't like it.
So why do we have swords? For the mortals that you're pillaging and plundering. These pirates are in the mortal realm. Clearly, they've been doing nonsense in the mortal realm. Number two, it's the question of what is the essence of the magic? Like, do we think that just because they don't have their magic anymore, could they still brew potions that would still work? Like, is the magic that they gave up, they're like finger pointing magic, but their DNA is still witch DNA. And so it's still magic.
Playing the DNA card now, I see.
We've talked about DNA before. We can't pretend like we've never gone down this path.
I don't know. You'd think they would like brew an emergency sleeping potion for these pirates instead of resorting to bludgeoning them over the head with a vase.
But that would require at least one of them, because Zelda is our potion master. So she would be in the dining room, leaving Hilda to wrangle the three pirates by herself and trying to keep them out of the dining room where they would absolutely go after that laptop like crazy people.
That's fine.
So I don't think they had time to brew a potion.
Maybe just like a little tiny drop of blood. Give me just like a little pinprick, TV people. That's all I want.
I understand, I acknowledge, and I validate your concerns.
Thank you.
Just saying, we've had a lot of concerns about this show. We can't even get their ages right half the time. Maybe it's the weird alien theory where if you're part of being immortal is that you have super speed healing abilities. Maybe it's alien DNA and nothing to do with witch DNA.
Except by that posit, we say that alien and witch DNA are the same.
Well, yeah. Maybe they're a silicon based life form and not carbon, and that changes the way the wounds heal.
Dear Lord, you've gone too far. I can't on this Monday. My brain.
Salem gets the last piece of board on Sabrina's bed. He considers telling Hilda and Zelda the truth, but dismisses that. Sabrina comes in and slams the door, complaining about how she couldn't get into the club because she's not old enough. Salem tells her to get a fake ID in order to get her out of her room. The other realm has excellent fake IDs. This time, instead of flipping, the scene flashes because we're going to the other realm, and Sabrina is back in a very similarly seedy area as before, but this time a clean-cut guy answers the door. He gives her IDs for both her and Valerie, and they actually have pictures of them. A siren wails, and Sabrina runs off again, assuming it's cops, but it's just an ice cream man. Salem is starting to reassemble the board, but gets distracted by a tassel on a pillow.
Don't toy with me, you saucy minx.
That's one of my most memorable Salem lines in this whole series, especially the way he says it. Sabrina and Valerie are back in line, and Valerie is impressed with the new IDs. This time, the bouncer lets them in. This was my issue with this episode, was that the bouncer didn't remember the two very weird girls from 2 times before.
I think he just didn't have any shits left to give.
Zelda and Hilda give the pirates the option between soda and rum to drink, reminding them that they are on parole. They go for the soda, but smash the bottles and start fighting with the broken glass. Hilda eggs them on, and I said, like my mom watching hockey. She loves telling them to knock his head off or beat him up or kick his ass. NSYNC is performing Tearing at My Heart on stage while Sabrina and Valerie dance. And this is a moment where I was just like, JC really deserved the career that Justin wasted, which is how we know we're in the wrong timeline as far back as the 2000s. Because if this was a just timeline, JC would have had the amazing solo career and Justin would have faded into obscurity.
That statement, Laura, is going to ruin the world tour. How dare you?
I'm pretty sure that's already been ruined. Also, watching this choreography and remembering myself as a 13-year-old being like, oh, this is amazing. And doing this choreography at school dances, it's the best. Salem pulls a blanket over the fully reassembled board just as Sabrina comes in and plops on her bed, causing a breaking sound.
Sabrina asks, what was that? Salem says, candy wrappers.
Sabrina does not inspect this noise and instead puts away her jacket with magic. But it pops back to where it was. The ID talks, telling her that her magic is fake since she has a fake ID.
Sabrina bemoans, why can't they just outlaw all the illegal stuff?
I will say, I appreciate this episode is not Sabrina wants to do something, her aunts specifically tell her not to do something, and she does it anyway. In this episode, Salem told her to go do the wrong thing, and she did it. At least we've changed the plotline a little bit. Sabrina tries to do more magic, like zapping herself over by the window, but she immediately zaps back.
Okay, now I'm queasy, to which Salem says, try seeing that with cat food in your stomach.
The ID says her magic is an illusion. She tries throwing away the ID, but it jumps back into her hand. She also can't tear it, and when she throws it out the window, it appears on her bed. Salem tells her to go to her aunts, but Sabrina is going to avoid them until she can figure it out.
Maybe your aunts can help. Sabrina says, a good idea. They always get a kick out of Sabrina defying authority stories. Salem says, if told with puppets? And you gotta also hand it to Sabrina that at least she realizes that, like, oh, I broke the rules. They're not gonna like this. Like, slowly connecting. I did a different version of the thing I always do.
Yeah. We didn't get a Cauldron watch on this one?
I mean, it's back. It still has pens. I'm still disappointed. I was more disappointed with a board, so I can only have so much disappointment in an episode.
The board, the sword stabbing.
Add in a cauldron with pens and, like, cheers.
And Skye takes a drink. Hilda and Zelda are with the pirates, and once again, Hilda has a sword in her stomach. She asks Sabrina to zap it out. Sabrina tries, but the sword reappears. She blames it on her finger being tired and just pulls the sword out. That was the one that I'm like, okay, that one at least should have had something. I will give it a magical pass for the magical pinging because it will heal as it comes out. Her just pulling it, there should have been something.
Just one drop. Just one itty bitty drop.
Maybe their blood was clear, so you can't see it. Maybe which blood is clear.
Nope, that's a stretch. Nope.
I'm trying. Sabrina looks in her magic book and finds that all the IDs have to be returned, meaning she needs Valerie's. I love how this magic book has information on every possible scenario. But it's 1 a.m., so she'll have to get it tomorrow. Sabrina lays down on her bed and this time examines the breaking noise, finding the pieces of board.
What are these hard pieces in my bed? Salem says. The broken shards of my future. Sob, sob, sob.
So much Salem crying in this episode. The next morning, Zelda is examining the pirate's hands after washing. Sabrina quickly runs out, blaming on early Bible study, and the aunts don't question it. She says she doesn't even have time to zap in breakfast. Hilda says they'll just have Tang, and the pirates grumble.
Silly pirates. Tang probably has enough vitamin C to stop scurvy.
Oh.
It's a fact because I just said it. I'm not going to look it up. Tang, defier of scurvy. New slogan right there.
You said silly pirates, Tang, and I thought you were going to say silly pirates, Tang is for kids. Sabrina looks for Valerie while Harvey tells her about the changing table he picked out. He's so excited about it, too. He's so proud of himself.
It's brown.
Sabrina spots Valerie, but Valerie's mom has the fake ID. She found it, and Valerie is grounded and never allowed to have any fun ever again. Sabrina still asks if Valerie can steal it back from her. Zelda once again tells Hilda that the pirates are all her fault. Zelda then finds Salem eating a piece of mail with his breakfast. He tells them they got a message from the other realm that their magic is ready to be picked up.
Hilda says, yes, now when those barbarians go to kiss us, we can remove their lips. Let's go.
But they can't leave the pirates alone, even if they are sleeping.
Zelda says, you don't know how hard you hit them with that vase.
Just then, Sabrina arrives. Hilda and Zelda quickly tell Sabrina she needs to keep an eye on the pirates while they go to the other realm. She starts to protest, but Hilda says she'll be fine because she has magic. Sabrina tries again, but Zelda says they're sleeping and the ants run off. Sabrina decides to try tiptoeing so the pirates don't wake up, but the phone rings. It's Valerie, and the ID has started talking. Sabrina blames it on a security feature that only she knows how to turn off. So Sabrina can come up with this lie. But the purple blush she came up with, my aunts have a secret vineyard I've never told you about. Valerie says she'll come over, but Sabrina remembers that there's pirates and tells Valerie to meet halfway. Sabrina does think for 2 seconds about the pirates potentially waking up and tries barricading them into the dining room. Sabrina leaves and the pirates immediately bust through the door, quickly realizing that they're alone. Hilda and Zelda leave the magic maintenance department, having just found out that the magic is actually being delivered to their house. They head back home. Salem cowers as the pirates destroy Sabrina's room. He begs them not to hurt the reassembled family secret board, or him. Linen closet doorbell rings, and the pirates go to answer it. They don't stab the person at the door. They did learn that lesson. They get Hilda and Zelda's magic. The first thing they do is throw it at the board, breaking it again. Salem sobs. Sabrina meets Valerie and apologizes again for getting the talking IDs and blames the movement on a hologram. She distracts Valerie by saying she sees her parents.
I think I see your parents. Aren't you grounded? To which Valerie says, I'll crawl back through the sewers.
Also, we've met her parents. They are not scary or intimidating at all.
No.
Valerie takes off, and Sabrina sends the IDs back to the other realm before realizing that she left the pirates alone and rushes back home.
2 of 2 IDs do I wield. Take them back so my magic will be real. Which is a very rough, maybe slant rhyme. We've had some very clean rhymes, and then we got this.
Sabrina is relieved to see the kitchen door barricade held when she gets home before she notices Hilda and Zelda tied up in the kitchen. They're magically tied, and she can't release them. I love Caroline's outfit and her makeup in this episode. This specific outfit with the it's cute. Explosion noises come from the front room, and they yell at Sabrina to go stop the pirates. The pirates have magically summoned a ship in the living room and are throwing magical explosions over the side. Sabrina peers around the corner, then zaps herself into Peter Pan, scaring the pirates. Suddenly, she drops to the floor and returns to her normal outfit. She sees a wire hanging up. Her magic was an illusion. The pirates draw swords on her, and she runs off. Salem has once again reassembled the board. He's getting fast at it. And Sabrina comes running into her room. Why is her magic still fake? Salem points out that they said she had to return all IDs, not that it would fix things. Zelda calls for Sabrina, and she goes back downstairs. The pirates are making Hilda and Zelda walk the plank. At first, Sabrina isn't worried, but Zelda points out that the pirates have turned the floor into shark-infested waters. Sabrina admits that she got fake IDs and her magic is no longer real, but Zelda yells at her to point. She zaps the floor back just as Hilda falls. Sabrina warns Hilda to get up because it's an illusion, but Zelda says she's fine now and tells Sabrina to get her magic back. Sabrina starts sword fighting with the pirates, while Zelda tells her that her magic is real because she admitted the truth and accepted their punishment. Any feedback on the sword fighting in this scene?
I mean, it wasn't great, but the Cutlass is specifically made for not having to be really trained at it, so I'll just give it to them.
All right. Salem drags the completed board down the stairs. Bad move, Salem. Sabrina asks what her punishment is, but the aunts will let her know if they live. Sabrina zaps one pirate into a cage and gets Zelda's magic back to her. Zelda uses her magic to freeze the arm of another pirate. The last pirate goes for Hilda's magic, but Sabrina kicks it out of his hand. Hilda leaps to try and grab it, but misses, and the container smashes into the family secret board. Salem sobs again. The aunts thank Sabrina for getting their magic back, and she tries to call that her punishment, but she has to take down the boat by hand. Sabrina throws some disassembled wood onto a pile, getting a splinter.
I got another splinter. Why couldn't the pirates have conjured a sanded boat? Salem says, however you decide to handle that wound, do not. I repeat, do not chew your hand off. I have a cat friend who learned that the hard way.
Do you think this is like a normal cat friend or a witch turned into a cat friend?
Probably a witch turned into a cat who just doesn't know how to cat.
Is that a thing cats would do if something was in their paw?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. The aunts come in to check her progress and ask about Valerie. Sabrina told Valerie's parents that she got the IDs and they're going to be calling to berate the aunts. Hilda explains everything started because they were looking for the board she needs to decode the family secret.
Sabrina says, I see, so the punishment continues. Feel that, Sabrina.
Hilda zaps it in, and it is covered with tape. Sabrina scolds Salem, but tries to say it's the effort that counts. And then asks, were you drunk? Zelda says they'll just have to use the other board. Salem faints upon hearing that there's a spare. And our end tag. Sabrina zaps all of her clues onto the family secret board. There's a new one. The pirates gave her fire.
Sabrina asks, I'm related to them? Salem says, it involves a third cousin and a crazy night in Kingstown, Jamaica. Sabrina says, you know, with all the clues nicely displayed like that, I still can't begin to figure out the family secret.
Salem asks if the secret has something to do with manure.
Where'd you get that? Asks Sabrina. Salem says, I just like saying manure.
Okay. The pirates burst into Sabrina's room with Hilda and Zelda following behind them. Sabrina zaps the pirates and turns them into NSYNC. Chris and Hilda dance. JC and Zelda dance. Sabrina and Joey dance. Justin stands on the bed by himself, and Lance sings to Salem. Lance and Salem is the best. As they sing, God must have spent a little more time on you. Do you think we can get Lance to come on our podcast to talk about this episode? Do you think any of the members of NSYNC remember this episode?
Great question.
Oh, boy. All right. Well, that is the end of our episode. Skye, do you have a new title for this one?
Yes, and I think it's very, very punny. Are you ready for it?
Okay. I'm ready. I'm so ready.
Cat overboard.
Yes. It has layers. so many layers.
Right? Like an onion.
So now you can guess the family secret. And I finally got to share the Canva link to the family secret board I've been updating for months. So now we have this to help you visualize.
So the Spellman is in the second line, right?
Yes.
Ready for the family secret?
So ready. Let's do it.
Fire, minus L, the Spellman, plus Robert E. Lee, Snake, B plus Horn, Whip A, negative E, good and bad in all of us. Ta-da!
I feel like at least one of those words you should be able to figure out.
So there has to be a second word tied to the minus L, right? Because for horn to be 8.
So there's a word before the M. The M and the fire is a word. There's something and the L that go together. The and the Spellman. And then there's 3 clues, 1, 2, and Robert E. Lee that go together. Snake is its own clue. B and horn is one. Whip is its own. A is its own. And then there's a clue that goes with E.
Born.
There you go.
But we're not getting rid of the H.
It's not literal. It's not exact. You're going to be real mad when you find out what the M plus fire is.
Oh my gosh.
But it does give us one of the greatest Salem lines of all time.
Snake is a snake, or snake means something different.
You got to decide that.
Born, whip into shape. Oh, is it like slant? So born, and then instead of whip, it's with.
Ooh, okay. We got 2.
We're being sneaky.
We are being sneaky.
With suggestions of words instead of just giving words.
Yes.
Born with a something.
We got born with a something. You know what? That is closer than we've been in 15 episodes. And we've got 8 more to go before we have to solve the family secret.
Lovely. So happy to be doing this.
You will miss these days when we get to like season 5.
Oh no.
You're going to wish for the days of the family secret when there was cohesion. All right. Well, our next episode is season 3, episode 16, Sabrina the Matchmaker. What do you think it's about?
So, Hilda's been single for a little bit, still trying to get over Mr. Kraft, still a little angry about that, as we saw in last episode. So I think Sabrina's gonna try and find a boo for Hilda. Do we get Cupid again?
No, I don't think Cupid shows up in this one.
Sabrina's too poor to pay for Cupid, so tries her own methodology, and things shockingly go bad.
We do get another guest star.
Oh no. Is this the last one with him at least?
No, it's not that.
Oh, not Randall?
Roland.
Gosh. It's an Amanda episode.
Maybe.
Okay.
Drink.
Jerry.
I've been awake too many hours today.
Folks, it is 10 p.m.
Well, thank you so much for listening. Nate and Curtis, if you're listening, thank you. Love you. Listen some more. Please like, share, rate, and subscribe to this podcast. You can email us your theories about why Hilda doesn't bleed. See if you can satisfy Skye better than I could at somethingwhatshepod@gmail.com. You can follow us on Instagram at somethingwhatshepod. Until next time.
Stay magical.